physical versus mental clarity, right? People practice and they try to correct themselves and practice as correctly as they can. Let's say we're doing single push hands and they're trying to practice correct. However, your mind has to be clear as to what you're trying to do. Your body will only express what your mind can see. This is an internal system, right? It starts internally. It starts in your mind, right? It's like wanting to travel from point A to point B. If you don't have a clear route in your head, you can't really get started. You don't know what street to start out on and what initial turns you want to make to get there. If it's not clear to you, the route of how to get there, you're going to be all over the map, right? Well, it's the same thing here. When we start learning something, the reason why we can't get it, particularly something like Tai Chi, is because we are not clear on how to get there, right? Mentally. But we tend to bypass that. And we tend to just say, I'll just practice a lot. But practice what? A hazy concept? Where do you go with that, right? This hazy concept. You have to clear that. You have to have a clear concept of what's going on. So when you're practicing, and let's just say we're doing single push hands, and I'm sitting and I'm standing and my arms elongating, I'm using the ground strength, I'm elongating. The clearer the picture is of my mind of what I'm doing, the clearer or better my body is going to be able to express what I'm doing, right? Well, I'll be able to express because I'm following the route that's in my mind. But if there's a route in my brain and it's smoky, it's like a smoky room, right? I am not sure how to follow that. But if I turn on the ventilation and it gradually starts to suck the smoke out of the room, then I can read the map. It becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And once all the smoke is gone, I can then just say, okay, I'm starting point A, I'm going this way, down I-79 and blah, 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 to here, to here. But if you can't see the map clearly, which is when we're practicing, so you're only going to be able to execute what you're trying to do only to the degree that you can see it clearly. So the way it's coming out when you're practicing, the way it's coming out is the way it's in your head. And that's what you need to understand instead of just saying that it's not coming out the way I want it to come out. So I'm just going to try harder. Trying harder without clarity doesn't really help, right? So you need to practice and you need to study, right? The study's giving you the clarity, right? And then you're putting it into practice to show you what hasn't been clarified. So you're studying and you get it in your head and then you go to practice and it's not working the way you want. Then I say, well, I have to get more clarification in my head, right? And then you go back, maybe you do a little better, but it still isn't going the way you want. I need even more clarification. So you go back and clarify what it is that you're not seeing, what is it that you're not understanding, right? What is it that you're not seeing here? So the clearer it becomes in your mind what you want to do, the better you can execute it. But you can't go execute something without some sort of a plan, without some sort of a picture, some sort of a clarification. So just know that it's not just physical practice alone, because what are you practicing? You can keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over. And many people do. And what you find, many people get very frustrated in their practice because they keep trying it, can't make it work, trying it, can't make it work, trying it, can't make it work, because there's some lack of clarity. So it's really important that you understand your body will only be able to express to the degree that you have mental clarity. Okay? That's it.